Hi everyone. So, quick update on my eye, just in case anybody was wondering. It is back to normal. That spot went away. I didn't lose any sight, and I will never again put tweezers anywhere close to my eyeballs ever again. Um, that was just very gross. So, who is autistic this week? Nobody asked. Well, I finished the Earnhardt documentary on like Dale Earnhardt and his son, and both of them are autistic. So if you watch that documentary and at the end of it you don't think that they're autistic, you will, okay? I promise you will. It was a good documentary too. So just in case anybody is looking for something to watch. Um so I just got done mowing next door, and I'm not talking about Janice. I'm talking about the hippies. So something sad happened, and the guy, Tom, I think I'm allowed to say first names, right? As long as I don't say their last names. I don't know how that works. But oh, if you hear a mower in the background, somebody's mowing. And I'm talking about mowing. But anyways, so this guy, Tom, he's an older man, and the first and second summers they were here, I think definitely, yeah, the first and second summers that they were here, he would be constantly like wearing his tie-dyed shirt when he mowed. I don't know if he wore that just to mow or if he wore like that every day, but I had noticed this year he's not out there mowing. And I was thinking, like, if something happened, well, anyways, Janice talks to them once in a while. I really don't think that like neighbors should tell other neighbors what's going on with someone, but is that how neighborhoods work? I don't fucking know. But Janice told us that Tom had gotten cancer, and it was pretty serious, but like, she didn't know much else than that, and that was pretty sad. And I hope you understand what I mean when I say that, like, I'm kind of glad that I decided not to be friends with them, because that would make me sad. Um but anyways, so since he hasn't been mowing, they've been having somebody come over every so often to mow. Last week I saw Rich from across the street. He got on his rider and he came over and mowed for them, to help out. And so I was like, okay, because I don't just randomly mow people's yards. It feels weird to do that. Because people are very particular, you know. And anyways, so I took it upon myself. I got done mowing our stuff, and I started mowing their stuff. Um, and Alicia had to mow a patch of it so I could get a break because I was getting overheated or whatever. But anyways, so I wanted to help out too, and I feel like it shouldn't just be one neighbor. Look at me talking about people like this. But anyways, it shouldn't just be one neighbor, or two neighbors that help out. So I'm a neighbor, and so I didn't feel right mowing next to their yard and putting it back in the shed. Sorry about my delayed talking. I just came in from being outside, so maybe that has something to do with it, or not. Um, but anyways, so I took over mowing again from Alicia when I had cooled down, and I got to right behind their house. They have like a sunroom. I don't know if anybody else has done this before or thinks this way, but whenever I've mowed, so like it's kind of a tangent, but it relates. I used to mow Janice's huge ass yard all the time, and the grass went right up to her. She's got like a porch, like a sunroom or whatever, and big windows. I always felt weird if I like looked just looked in the window as I was walking toward it mowing the grass. I always felt like it would be weird and creepy if I just looked in, and what if we made eye contact? Do you know what I mean? Does that make any sense? So I always, when I got up to that part of Janice's house, I would just not look in the sunroom because I don't know, that just seems weird. So they've got one too, the hippies. And I got up to it, and I did not, I was just telling myself, like, don't make eye contact, don't look inside, don't look inside, don't look inside. I don't know, it feels like that's pretty invasive to do. Like, I already don't know, like, I hope they don't mind that I'm mowing, or that we're mowing. Um, and I was like, please don't come out, please don't come out, because she had just gotten home, and I've only said hi to her like two or three times, maybe. Like, I haven't really spoken to this lady, Gigi. Um, and anyways, so she came out. She came out of the sunroom. And let me tell you, it was so interesting because, like, she's so autistic. Like, wish you could have seen how the conversation went. It wasn't much of one, but she came out. I stopped mowing, and she's like, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. This really means a lot. Thank you. And she just kept repeating herself. And I was like, oh my God, this is the first time I have come across somebody who thinks someone this much, because I do it all the time. It's just, I don't know. I guess I feel like saying thank you 20 fucking times for something that somebody does for me, um, is the best way I can convey, like, truly how much it means to me. I know that, like, most people only, like, they're fine with a regular thank you, but I don't know. I think it's just because I've spent, like, so many years with people being so unkind to me, that anybody who showed any kindness, I was very grateful to them, because, it was like, oh, you saw me. And that's a nice feeling. So, anyways, I'm just going like, oh, you're welcome, no problem. She's like, thank you so much, thank you. And I'm like, you're welcome. And it was just like a back and forth repeat. And then, it stopped, and I asked her how she was doing. I didn't want to say that I knew what was going on, because I felt that would be rude. And I didn't, like, I didn't want her to know that I knew. I don't know. I feel like it's weird to talk about neighbors behind their back, but I know lots of people do it. And I guess Tom is in the recovery unit of the hospital and will be coming home in a couple weeks, so that's good news. Um, but anyways, so yeah, and then she said, "Thank you so much." Um, about 10 more times. And I said, "You're welcome," probably the same amount of times. And oh, and I also said, we're not social people. And she laughed when I said that. So, like, obviously she knows. Like, but I told her that if, she needed anything, like, somebody to go to the store for her and pick something up or anything, I told her she could come and ask, and, like, not a problem at all, because that stuff I truly do. I do like doing that for people, um helping out, like, just one less thing for them to worry about. I just prefer to do it without very much socializing, but whatever. So that was a really funny conversation, and I thought to myself, I'm like, lady, do you know you're autistic? Because I know you're for sure autistic. I'm for sure autistic, and this is a very autistic conversation we're having, and it was a good time. I don't know, like, I don't really talk to people anymore. So I was very surprised, because I don't know, I guess I was assuming she was like, um, I don't know, like, I guess not that. I don't know. I don't know how to describe. I wasn't expecting that, basically. I thought she talked slower or something, like, at a normal speed or whatever, but um that whole family is autistic. So that's pretty cool. So, anyways, that's not why I got on here today. Yesterday was my unbirthday. I turned 42, and Janice and Nadine had us come over. They made me a couple of drinks, which was very nice. Like, the only time I drink alcohol anymore is like if I'm next door and they offer it, and or if they get me some for Christmas or something. And so, like, unexpectedly, they got me this bottle of alcohol that I've never had before. And I was like, thank you. Because they make this coffee drink. I think I talked about that before. I don't, but anyways, I don't want to go into like details about alcohol, you know, because I don't want to trigger anybody. But it was nice to spend some time with them. Like, it's not that bad, like the first 30 minutes, and then it's like I'm kind of ready to go because 30 minutes feels like a long time. And if you go over next door, you're not there for any less than 90 minutes, just about every single time. But anyways, um both Janice and Nadine remembered that it was my birthday. I thought that was really cool. And I figured something out. I wouldn't say figured. I was doing some thinking yesterday about, like, why is it that there's got to be some other reason that I really don't like celebrating my birthday besides the fact that I think birthdays are stupid. You know, they're just stupid. Like, you're celebrating the person that had no control over being here. It's like, hey, congratulations! Like, you made it another year, and you're still alive. Like, I don't. It's weird. The whole thing is weird to me. I always have believed that, like, you should celebrate at the very least the person who pushed you out, or, if you were taken out from the C-section thingy, like, celebrate that person because they went through hell just to get you out. Of course, like, not if they're toxic parents or anything like that, but that's how I've always viewed birthdays. And I was like, something's been like bugging me. Like, is there something else? Like, it seems like I really, really do not like um celebrating my actual birthday anymore. And it has nothing to do with like getting older and, like, age is just a fucking number. And so after some thinking, it dawned on me. Now, I know I've been saying for 3 years I haven't talked to my family in a decade. Well, when it's like closer to like 10 years, it's kind of like you might as well just say it's a decade, but it's not really. This for real is like 10 years. 10 years ago on my birthday is when I had the incident where we were kayaking. In case anybody didn't hear those episodes, like, my parents never fucking leave the house. Like, my mom hates it. And looking back now, I know why. Like, that bitch is autistic too. But we met at a halfway point, me and Alicia, and then my parents, and we went kayaking. My mom was being so fucking annoying. And I said, stop being anxious. So, pretty much invalidating her because, I mean, that's what I learned. And, I'm not proud of that, but it's what happened. And then she goes, don't tell me how to feel. And I felt like my whole world shifted in that moment, and my childhood became like as clear as fucking daylight. And I had all these thoughts at the same time, like, wait a minute. You're telling me not to tell you how to feel, but that's what you've been doing to me my whole life. So, like, it was a huge shift in thinking and seeing and stuff like that. And then when we got done kayaking, we went to a Japanese place and they treated us to a meal, and that was how we celebrated my birthday. But it was so fucking awkward because after my mom blew up at me like that, and I was starting to recall my childhood, it was in that moment that I realized, oh my god, I don't come from a normal family. Why did I think that I did? None of that shit was normal. It was just all this stuff was hitting me at once. And my mom felt embarrassed and doesn't know how to, or at least then she didn't know how to have a feeling and work through it. And neither did I, which is why I ended up going to therapy. But anyways, I just remember, like wishing that we hadn't done that day. And we were driving home, and I remember talking to Alicia. I'm like, oh my God, like, I think there's stuff that, like, I just didn't see before. It's just dawning on me now that, like, my childhood was not a good one. And so, isn't it weird that, like, I just fucking, I don't know, forgot the fact that that happened on my actual birthday? Like, that's probably why I don't like celebrating it anymore. Not that I even did before, but like, presents are nice, you know? I'm not gonna say no to a present. Those are fun. Um, so yeah, and I was just talking to Alicia about this when she got home from work, and I was like, I can't believe this. That, like, I totally forgot the last time I saw them was literally 10 years ago, um, on my birthday. That was the last time I was physically saw them. And this December is exactly 10 years when I last spoke to them in any way. Like, I had sent them an email basically saying, like, I can't have this toxicity in my life anymore, and haven't heard a peep from them. So things probably are still the same. Did I say, I don't know why this is tangent. It looks like my brother got a divorce. I don't know if I said that yet or not. So, I don't even know if he has a relationship with them, because I remember he wasn't too thrilled with them for like a while anyways, but that's neither here nor there. So, that was a weird thing to just suddenly realize, that I forgot that that happened on my birthday. I don't know. To me, that seems like a pretty important thing to forget. Um, and I just wanted to get on here and say that. So, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I mean, a birthday is a birthday, but today's my unbirthday. No, yesterday was my unbirthday. See, I can't even get the dates right. Um, and I didn't tell Janice that we celebrated like a week ago, and it was my autism anniversary. Um, I wasn't hiding it. It's just like, I didn't feel like bringing that up. But anyways, I mean, I don't know. Does anybody else, like, did anybody else have something like that happen on their birthday? Like, not necessarily like, maybe, well, I mean, like, yeah, having some issue with a family member or somebody like really close to you, and it's just like you just do not like your birthday for, I don't know, I can't assume it. Well, and I don't know what I'm trying to say. Maybe you do. Can you parse out what I meant through all of that? Um, where am I at with time? Oh, 18 minutes. So I think that's all I have to say. Um, I hope it was relatable in some way. I don't know. If I ever if I ever feel brave enough someday to listen back to these episodes, I at least would like it documented that I totally fucking forgot that this shit happened on my birthday. And it's really weird how time works too, you know? Like, I was 32. They missed pretty much my entire 30s. And like, it's weird, like, time goes by so slow sometimes, but also, like, it's hard to believe that it's been 10 years. That's a large chunk of time, you know, in my opinion. And it just feels like it went by so quickly. I don't know. But anyways, is that all I have to say? Oh, you know what? This has nothing to do with anything, and it's probably not relatable, but I just want to say it anyways. So, Apollo, my soul kitty, that cute little boy. So I was sleeping. I slept till noon the other day, and Alicia like lived a whole life. She went to Costco. Like, I don't know why she went there. It's so crazy over there. Um, but she got cookies and stuff, which that's always nice. And so she got one of those chickens that I talked about before. And she was putting stuff away in the fridge, and the chicken was still too hot to put in the fridge. So she thought she was going to hide it from Apollo because he likes to jump on the counter. He's always looking for food. Like he has this fixation on food. Um, he's very serious about his eating. But anyways, she puts the chicken, she leaves it on the counter, pushes it back to the back of the counter, and then like puts boxes of cereal around it or something, thinking that that would keep him away. Now, this is a cat that like took a fucking butter dish, the top of it off by himself, a heavy butter dish top. Somehow got it off and was licking fucking butter. And she thought that like that cat wasn't going to try to get to some chicken. So she said she came home and the chicken had been moved to the front. The boxes were moved to the side and there was a slash like in the bag. Like he's got some sharp ass claws all the time. Like we have to cut them like constantly. And there was just this slash. He figured out how to open the bag. He ate an entire leg, like a whole fucking leg. And Bitchy's usually the one that likes to get up on counters and look for food. So like she might have been joining him, who knows? But like if he's pretty serious about his food, he probably didn't let her near. And so Alicia showed me the leg and I'm like, it's gone. And those are the pieces I eat because the meat is like darker and it's, whatever. Sorry for all the vegetarians that just listen to this or the vegans or whatever you are, it's called. Um, but yeah, I was just like, this fucking cat ate one of the legs. Now there's only like one left. I guess I should be grateful for that. And he's so fucking cute that it's like a whatever. I fed him more chicken when I was eating some, so I don't know. He's cute and he's very creative too. But anyways, I could talk about him like all day. I'm gonna go now. I hope that this was relatable in some way. And bye.